we're going to find out whether or not Bryce Young is safe in Carolina, whether he's going to get the starting nod again. Andy Dalton dealing with a badly sprained thumb for the Carolina Panthers. So Dave Canales, the head coach of the Carolina Panthers, spoke about the process, the decision-making when it comes to who's going to be the starter moving forward for the Panthers.
It's going to be a couple of days. These are really important days. The next few, really getting all the way out there to Wednesday to play some live snaps and to do that. So I'll give you guys more information about that. But we really have to look at, Andy, where he's at and in the next couple of days to make a sound decision.
So apparently Bryce Young, if Andy Dalton's good to go,
he's good to go.
To the bench.
Yeah.
Back to the bench for Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers.
I mean, this season hasn't left the bench. So what does it matter what quarterback you have in there? Right? I mean, if he feels as though Andy Dalton gives them a better chance to win, God bless. I mean, they're all fighting for how they're going to lose, not for wins. I mean, Dalton gave them a tad bit of hope, a glimmer of hope, but that was short-lived. I just, I don't know. I mean, Q, you can probably weigh in on it more intelligently than I can on this one, but I just don't feel like – I think we found out with the way Andy Dalton played before his thumb injury, off-field, non-football related injury, that this is not a Bryce Young or Andy Dalton problem. This is a Carolina Panthers problem that they're fighting through.
Yeah, the roster's just not there. It doesn't matter who's at the quarterback position. I mean, they were banged up at wide receiver last week anyway, so it seems like an uphill battle, and it's tough to be in a position where you're the quarterback of a team that you're looking around you going, every single week we've got to play at our absolute best just to have a chance at winning. And as much as we'd like to preach parity in the NFL, it's not always the case. And this is an organization that has been at the bottom now for a period of time. I mean, probably begging for the days of Matt Rule to come back, given what Matt Rule at least provided them, which was some competitiveness. What was he, like, fired after, 7-10? Is that what he was?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, at least had a couple of 7-win seasons. So you look back at that and say there was probably a lot more of a foundation, stability, and you moved on from Frank Reich after 1 year. Now you look at Dave Canales, who's a first-time head coach. You've got to give him time, have some patience with him, even though this year feels like they lack competitiveness in every fashion and form. I mean, it would be competitive just for them to have a one-score game, like just to try to keep it within one score of their opponent. Like that's where we're at this point. So it is a decimated roster, terrible situation, and it's going to take time to build this thing back up.
Matt Rule was actually 11-27 in his time in Carolina.
Dang,
I thought it was better than that. Why did I think it was better?
I thought he had one. Well, that's overall, but at one of the seasons, I thought he won 7 games. Maybe it was his first season.
He was 5-11 in 2020, 5-12 in 2021, and then he was 1-4.
They'd beg for 5 wins right now.
Oh, 100%.
Dang, they beg for 1 win.
Like I tell you what, if next coach that gets 5 wins in Carolina, he's getting a statue. Do you think that? Because there's rumors that Deontay Johnson's going to be on the trade block, that he's a guy to watch that could get dealt. How many teammates in Carolina are just going to be like, hey, man, take me with you. I got to get the hell out of here. Like, this team sucks. I don't want to be here. We're not going to win. And it doesn't feel like this is a quick fix either. This feels like this is a several-year problem that they're going to have to go through. And if you go back to the Matt Rule time, wasn't Matt Rule on the verge of being hired by the Giants, and Carolina also wanted to hire him, and that's why David Tepper gave him the 7th year?
Right. It was a better deal for him, which, mind you, I mean, again, I'm not sure if it worked out for the Giants either way. I mean, we know this. Like, Russ got his revenge last night.
Oh, yeah.
I thought between the two quarterbacks, Russ looked like the better quarterback. So he at least proved that for the Giants, who brought him in and decided to pass. But Clowney's the player that I think, if you're looking at like a team that's looking to trade, maybe the Lions trade for Jadeveon Clowney because they need the edge rush help, and that could be a position to keep an eye on. But it's just, there's no hope, man.
I think that's the only proper conclusion that you can come to. There is no hope.
don't know why. I think
Like, we're going to assess and evaluate Andy Dalton and see where. For what? You could go in there and play. Like, you go take the snaps. I mean, send somebody else out there. Send a running back. It doesn't matter. For what? What are y'all playing for? And how do you judge this season as a success? That's a good one. How do you judge success for this season, Q, if you are in Carolina? You, Brady Quinn. How would you assess this season?
I mean, you're just trying to win as many games as possible down the stretch. You got one win. You're trying to win every game the rest of the stretch if you can. But
are there any wins in them losing continuously? And I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm saying, are there any wins to be grabbed or grasped from the experiences they're going through and losing right now?
No, look, there's lessons in life, if we're being real about this. I mean, if you want to go here, we'll be real about it. Like, as bad as your worst day is in the NFL, you are still being paid handsomely to play a game for your job.
That's true.
So even if you don't win a game the rest of the season, you are still an NFL athlete. You're being paid extremely well to take care of your family, and you're doing something that hopefully you love, because there's nothing better than playing the game of football in my mind. So that is the only thing you can resort back to, is that you're blessed enough to be able to still be in the NFL, despite the fact that, like, it feels like maybe, I don't know, it's not working out too well. So,
jeez. Well, there you go. You can resort to life lessons if you're in Carolina.
I feel bad for the people in Germany coming up in a couple weeks, because they've got the Giants and the Panthers. So that sucks.
They don't know that.
Well, all right. I guess
unless they're listening to our show, they don't know that they both suck.
Take whatever you can get from that. All right, so let's have a fun little game here, real quick.
No.
Let's count how many wins are left on the Carolina Panthers schedule here. The New Orleans Saints.
They could give them a win.
You think Carolina's beat New Orleans?
They stink too.
Derek Carr's going to come back probably.
Is he back?
Carr's back.
If he's okay, well then that's an L.
Okay.
Yep,
the Giants in Munich.
There's a shot. I mean, no one knows what happens overseas,
I think the Giants aren't that bad.
The Giants will be favored. We know that.
Yeah.
All right, week 11, do you think Carolina could beat their bye week?
No.
Okay.
Someone's going to have an issue.
That's going to be a push.
All right. Then they've got Kansas City and Tampa Bay at home.
Nope.
At Philadelphia.
Nope.
Home against the Cowboys, home against the Cardinals.
Nope.
At the Bucks, at the Falcons.
Nope.
That's negative.
All right. So we have spotted one win,
One and a
possibly
possible.
two. So
We playing spades?
possibly the Giants.
You got to go board if you got one in a possible.
If you're a Carolina Panther fan, important dates for you: Week 10 against the Giants in Germany, and the bye week. Those could be two possible wins for the Panthers this season. So congratulations! It looks like 3 years in a row they're going to have.
That really sounded like a spade game, like bidding your books.
Jesus, man!
I got one in a possible. That's almost, if you have no spades, you could throw your deck in, you could throw your hand in, and they got a redeal.
I've never played spades.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be interesting if I were the
It's
head
like
coach.
playing euchre. You've played euchre, right, Jonas? I mean, clearly, if you have roots back to the Midwest, you've played euchre before.
Who hasn't
Have you played euchre?
Yeah, who hasn't
you go.
played euchre? Come on, man.
No, he's never played it.
He's never
Talking
played.
about?